I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, corporate marketing specialist.
Okay, quilters, I have to say that cutting perfect squares is so difficult with a rotary cutter and ruler. So often my sides are crooked and the block doesn't finish to the correct size. AccuQuilt already has a few sizes of square dies that work with our cube system, but you requested more squares and we listened.
That is right. We are happy to introduce the new Go Square 5.5 inch, 5-inch finish die. Now this die is designed to work not only with the Go Mix and Match 10-inch cube, but all of the bob dies that finish at 10 inches. Now with this die, your days of cutting wonky squares are over, and I'm horrible at cutting squares too.
Yeah, it's terrible. All right, quilters, change up the look of your quilt by adding accent squares or use them as a fun border.
The Go Flash of Lightning wall hanging right behind us is a perfect example of how we added the squares to the Go Pineapple block to create a whole new look. Now be sure to download the free pattern at AccuQuilt.com.
All right, quilters, for this pattern, you're going to need 4 blocks made with the Go Pineapple die, which is what we have here.
Yep.
Now, this finishes to a 10-inch block, so it's going to work perfectly with our 5-inch squares.
All right, let's get started by cutting our squares.
Let's do.
All right, we are going to need a total of 8 red squares and 12 white squares for this project. All right, so the first thing you want to do is go ahead and rough cut your fabric. You want to add a 1/4 inch to either side of the square. That's going to give us 6 inches, so we're going to cut a 6-inch width of fabric strip,
right,
just like we've got here.
Right. So we're going to cut some white and red. We're going to show you how to put some of the pieces together.
Perfect.
To make this block. So we can always cut 6 layers of cotton. So I have 6 layers of red here. Now we're going to use our Go Big fabric cutter, but you could use this in your Go or
Absolutely.
your Studio cutter with the appropriate adapter.
That's right.
All right, so we're going to give it a little push through. Make sure you have a 10 by 10 cutting mat. Perfect.
Now when we're cutting squares, we want to make sure that we have our lengthwise grain parallel to the lengthwise blade as it goes through the cutter, and we'll show you that with our strip here.
Yes.
All right.
So now we're going to cut some white ones. Here is that savage edge. Nice to cut it off. So look, nice and tight.
Yep.
Lengthwise grain, that's what you want. And that way your squares are always going to be straight. They're not going to be wonky.
That's right. No wonkiness here. This is so quick to do. You've got 2 passes through with each color and it's done.
Yeah. Give it some love. We're going to slide that mat off because it's so staticky here.
Now, since we let AccuQuilt do all the hard part, which is always the cutting, now I can chain piece these pieces together in a snap. So get me started.
So we're going to start, Erica, we're just going to do, the center is a 4-patch.
Okay.
So here's 2 of the red and 2 of the white.
Alrighty.
And then we're just going to show them how to do the corner blocks, which have the 3 white and the 1 red.
Which is so fun because we think about it just being, you know, 2 colors, 2 of each color, not the other way.
So quilters, with this 4-patch, I'm going to press in opposite directions so that our pieces are going to lay flat.
I love that. We're going to lock in our seams.
Yep. There you go.
Now when we talk about locking our seams, I'm going to get our thread out of the way. Pam's pressed one side, opposite sides, so that we can get those 2 matched up just right.
Yep. And I'm going to do the same thing with my red and white block here. All right, here's your next set.
Perfect. Tray jet.
Thank you.
And again, we're all locked in and ready to go. Oh, right, Miss Pam, if you want to
Yep, I'll press this one.
press this last one.
Yep, and then we'll add another little pineapple block over there on the edge.
This is already looking fantastic.
Right.
How slick.
Look at this.
All right.
So the great thing about this project is that we would have another block just like this on this side, and the top and bottom rows are the same.
Yes.
Which is great. And then that 4 patch in the center.
That's right.
All right. So what you would do is sew all your rows together, right? And then pin and baste those layers together and quilt as desired.
Now you're going to want to add your binding, and don't forget to miter those corners.
This wall hanging could be completed in an afternoon or save it for a fun weekend project.
That's right. Think about making this project scrappy.
I did. I thought about making the pineapple blocks completely scrappy.
Already in our heads, or changing the colorway completely. You can take a look at doing that using our free Go Quilt tool that's available on AccuQuilt's website at AccuQuilt.com.
Quilters, cutting squares have never been so easy or fast because at AccuQuilt we help you cut time.
So you can quilt more.